Hello students, welcome back to another class of Income Tax Law and Practice with me Adela Samuel, Head Department of Accounting and Finance, St. Anne's Arts and Science College, Madhavaram. In today's class, we are going to see a few sums on allowances. So as we have studied the theory part of allowances, three types of allowances that are present. Using those conditions, we will apply it in a few sums. Sum number 1. Mr. A is employed in Hyderabad at a basic salary of rupees 25,000 per month. He is also getting the following allowances. He is having a family house at the place of his posting, but he is living in a rented house and is paying a rent of 7,000 per month. Find the gross total income. The following particulars are given to us. DA not forming part of salary is 2,000 per month. Lunch allowance 1,000 per month. Servant allowance, he is paying 1,200 per month to a servant, but he is getting an allowance of 1,000 per month. Transport allowance 2,000 per month. Education allowance 200 per month per child for 3 children he is receiving. Hostel allowance 500 per month per child for 2 children he is receiving. Overtime allowance 2,000 per month. Cash allowance 1,200 per month. Entertainment allowance 2,000 per month. Medical allowance 800 per month. City compensatory allowance 600 per month. HRA is 5,000 per month. So let's do the solution. First, write the heading as computation of gross total salary, 3 columns, particulars, 1 working column and the final column. So first off, we'll take salary, basic salary. Basic salary is 25,000 for a month. So 25,000 into 12, 3 lakhs. DA is also given for per month into 12, again that is 24,000. Lunch allowance is fully taxable according to the rule. So 1,000 rupees per month into 12, 12,000. Next, servant allowance. Servant allowance, he is using 1,200, but he is getting only 1,000 rupees per month. So in this case, you have to take whichever is lesser. 1,200 per month or 1,000, whichever is less will be taxed. So 1,000 is lesser, so 1,000 into 12, 12,000. Next is transport allowance. For a normal person, the entire amount is going to be taxed. So 2,000 into 12, 24,000. Coming to education allowance. Education allowance, we have an exemption rate that is given, whether it is going to be the actual amount or 100 rupees per month for 2 children is exempted from tax. So how do we work out this? So first we'll take what he is receiving. He is receiving 200 per month for 3 children. So 200 into 12 for 3 children, 7,200. Minus the exempted rate. What is the exempted rate? Actual or the 100 rupees per month for 2 children is exempted. So the actual that he is receiving is 7,200. Second condition is 100 rupees per month, 100 into 12 for 2 children into 2. So 2,400 standard it is exempted. So 7,200 or 2,400, whichever is less can be taken to the outer column which is exempted. So 2,400 is lesser here. So take 2,400 out to the outer column. From the actual amount received minus 2,400, you will get 4,800. That will be your taxable amount. Exempted amount is 2,400, minus it from the actual that you're receiving. So the taxable amount is 4,800. Coming to hostel allowance. The amount received for hostel allowance purpose is 500 per month for 2 children. So just like how we did education allowance, this also has to be done. So what you're receiving is 500 into 12 into 2 children, 12,000 you're receiving. What is the exempted amount? Actual or 300 per month for 2 children is exempted according to the rule. So what is the actual? 12,000, and 300 into 12 into 2 children is 7,200. Out of these two, which is lesser? 7,200 is lesser. So take that to the outer column. So from the amount that you're receiving as hostel allowance, 12,000, you minus the lesser value, that is 7,200. So to the outer column, you will take 4,800, which is the taxable amount. So there is a difference. 7,200 is the exempted amount which you're minusing from the amount you're receiving as hostel allowance. The remaining amount is going to be taxed. So you're taking it to the outermost column, 4,800. Next is overtime allowance, which is fully taxable, 2,000 into 12. Cash allowance, again fully taxable, 1,200 into 12, 14,400. Entertainment allowance, again it is fully taxable for a non-governmental employee. So there's nothing specifically said whether he's a government employee or non-government. So you take it as fully taxable, 2,000 into 12, 24,000. Medical allowance is 800 into 12, fully taxable, 9,600. City compensatory allowance, again it is fully taxable, 600 into 12, 7,200. Now coming to the last bit, house rent allowance. House rent allowance that he is receiving is 5,000 rupees per month. The amount received is 5,000 into 12, which is 60,000. 60,000. Now what is the exemption rate? According to the HR rule 2A, we know that there are three conditions. So you take 60,000 to the outer column. In the inside column, you're going to write the exemption rates. So first exemption is the actual amount received, which is again 60,000. Second exemption that we can get is 40 or 50% of the salary depending on the place of stay. So according to this sum, we are taking it as 40% of salary. So what is salary in HR case? It is salary plus DA plus commission on sales. We do not have commission on sales, so you just forget it. DA is there given in the sum, but it specifically says it does not form part of salary. So you're not taking it for salary calculation. So then just 3 lakhs is going to be considered as salary. So 40% of 3 lakhs is 1,20,000. The third condition that is given for HRA is rent paid minus 10% of salary. So in the sum, we know that the rent that he is paying per month is 7,000. So 7,000 into 12 is the rent paid minus 10% of 3 lakhs. So if you minus that, you will get 54,000. So out of these three values, which is the least value? 54,000. So you take 54,000 to the outer column. So from the amount actually you're receiving 60,000, you minus 54,000, you will get 6,000 as taxable HRA. 54,000 is the exempted amount. From the amount you receive, you minus the exempted amount 54,000. The remaining will be taxable. So 6,000 is taxable. Now you go in for adding the entire final column, the last column. You add everything, then you will get your gross total salary. So your gross total salary is going to be 4,66,800. Problem 2. Mr. Mohan is an area manager of Messrs. N Steel Limited. During the previous year 2019-20, he gets the following allowances along with his salary. Compute the gross total salary. Basic salary up to 31st of August 2019 is rupees 20,000 per month. From 1st of September 2019, it is 25,000 per month. Transport allowance is rupees 22,000 per month. Children education allowance is 500 per month for 2 children. City allowance, city compensatory allowance is 300 per month. Hostel expense allowance is 380 per month for 2 children. And tiffin allowance, is actual expense is 3,700, but he receives 5,000 per month. Okay, coming to the computation of gross total salary. So like the previous sum, open up 3 columns. So first off, we'll start with the basic salary. In this sum, they have given us that the basic salary till 31st of August is 20,000. So our previous year starts from 1st of April. So we will calculate it from 1st of April, May, June, July, August. For 5 months, he is receiving 20,000 as his salary. So 5 into 20,000, 1 lakh. The remaining months from September to the next March of our previous year, he is receiving 25,000. So September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 7 months he is receiving 25,000. So 25,000 into 7, 1,75,000. So together the total salary for a year for this person is 2,75,000. So take that to the outer column. Next is transport allowance. It is fully taxable allowance. So 2,000 into 12, 24,000. Next you have children education allowance. Again, just like the previous sum, you have to take first what he is receiving. He is receiving 500 per month for 2 children. So 500 into 12 for 2 children, 12,000. What is the exempted rate? 2 things you need to consider for exemption. One is the actual. Actual amount is again 12,000 that he is receiving. The second one is 100 rupees per month for 2 children is our exempted rate. So 100 into 12 into 2 children, that is 2,400. So 2,400 or 12,000, whichever is the least. 2,400 is the least. You take it to the outer column. So from 12,000 you are minusing what is the exempted rate. 12,000 is the received amount. 2,400 is the exempted amount. So the taxable amount is 9,600. Take it to the outermost column. Then you have city compensatory allowance, which is 300. 300 for a month. So 300 into 12, 3,600. Now coming to the hostel allowance, just like education allowance, again receiving 380 per month for 2 children. So 380 into 12 for 2 children, 9,120. What is the exemption? Actual or 300 per month for 2 children is exempted. So actual amount is 9,120. Exempted amount is 300 into 12 for 2 children, 7,200. So out of this, which is the least? 7,200 is the least. So you take that to the outer column, minus it from the amount you're receiving. 9,120 minus 7,200, which is exempt. You get an amount of 1,920, which is going to be taxable. Then you have tiffin allowance. Tiffin allowance, whatever he is using, amount is fully taxable. So even if he's used lesser amount for taking his tiffin, whatever he is receiving, tiffin allowance is fully taxable, just like lunch allowance. So you take the entire 5,000 amount to the outer column. Now you add the entire outer column, you will get the gross total salary, which in this case is 3,19,120. So I hope you've understood these sums, students. Please work out some more sums and you will be getting the hang of it. Students, but you have to make sure that you read the theory part before you do the sums, because all the rules and regulations are given in the theory, which is already been sent to you. So please go through the theory part to understand what are the allowances that are fully exempted, what are the allowances that are partially exempted, and what are the allowances that are not exempted at all. It is fully taxable. So you have to understand what allowance is of what category, so that when you do the sums you will get the hang of it. So make sure you understand this clearly, read the theory part as well as practice a few sums. Thank you, students.